Our next guest today is Anshar Jain from Bringle Global. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Anshar? Yes, right? Okay. He's the founder and the MD of Bringle UK and India, and he's lost his high-paying corporate job. He has had 21 ideas in 21 different ideas is what he's tried. He's had 7 businesses, lost those businesses, and he had a debt of $500,000. I was right in my share that says, rang lati hai na patthar pe jane ke baad. And after all of that, he has transformed a loss-making business into a self-sustainable $100 million plus global startup. So this gentleman has really achieved. He's now working towards transforming India into a self-sustainable and financially independent economy with zero unemployment and with his new book, Sone ki Chidiya ko Jagao. That's a very interesting topic. Let us please hear it from him. What exactly he means by those words and his entrepreneurial journey to get here and speak about this Sone ki Chidiya. Welcome, Mr. Anshar Jain. Is the mic on? Can you hear?
Okay. So I'll just start with this quote of mine. There is nothing called good or bad times. Nothing called good or bad day. Either it is a good day or a character building day. So in those times when you are finding it tough, the only thing which can keep you motivated, inspiring, is that you think that you are actually building your character. And that's very important, which I have learned in my own starting, midlife and restart crisis. So my journey, little bit around that. So I wanted to be an astronaut. Wasted 2 academic years in trying for medical examination. Could not be selected with 1 or 2 marks. And 1 or 2 marks means 200, 300 ranks out there. And eventually got into India's one of the top 5 engineering institutes, which is Delhi College of Engineering. And with a dream of going into Reliance. So I see some, sir, you've been talking about Advaniji. So my father is sitting here, and he is one of the person who has been telling me, Anshu, tera destiny Reliance hai. So why don't you join Reliance? Unfortunately or fortunately, my first job was not Reliance. I got into corporate sales in IT, which has no way relationship to the chemical engineering which I did, polymer science and chemical technology. I struggled a lot. I actually loved that job. After a year's time, I got selected into Reliance, as my father's thought or dream kind of came true. I was one of the only person who got selected out of the 3 batches in Delhi College of Engineering. My junior batch, our batch and our senior batch in all the streams. And I did not even look at the offer letter for the next 1 week. I was not interested to go. Somehow I joined Reliance thinking that it might be my destiny. And as soon as I landed at the world's largest grassroots refinery at Jamnagar, I found it myself with doing a biggest mistake of my life, because it did not suit me very well. And that's where the personality issue, or the first time I realized that I have a very different personality. It took me 2 years to come back to marketing, shifted to Bombay. Being born and brought up in Delhi, now then came to Bombay in 2006, since the time I'm in Bombay. From there, I grew up almost 16 times in just 11 years before becoming the youngest vice president in a global MNC. Earning the highest amount of salary, which even today corporates are not able to match for me. I still remember October 2013, lost my job due to recession and living with me with burden of EMIs, which is the gift of jobs, right? All the banking guys sitting here, they have been very, very, courteous enough to give the loans, but that became the burden for me. It took me almost 7-8 years to become debt-free today. Last year I became debt-free. And then I realized and connected the dots, as what always Steve Jobs says. You can only connect the dots, in the history. You cannot do that for the future. And then I realized that entrepreneurial spirit was always there. I actually tried 21 plus ideas in 21 plus years. Lost 7 businesses in 7 years with almost $500,000 of debt within me. Which I am very fortunate, and it was a very tough journey for me. I remember not even spending a single moment or a single day in vacations or going with spending time with my family. And I really thank my family for the same. My wonderful daughter and wife who had been there with me to support my entrepreneurial journey. And of course with my parents' blessing. That's when I started working on transforming this loss-making business. Our investors said, why don't we close down the business? And that's where we took took this to a different level. And now we are working on developing the world's largest cross-border inclusive and patented virtual skills development center and skills bank, with a focus of bringing excellence in education, employment, and entrepreneurship. Sorry to be a little longer, but this part was I want to share my experience.
So in fact, the main reason why I let you go on with this is because I thought you were going to get to that part where the word Sone was going to come into play. And I cannot let you go without asking you that question. It's impossible. So I do need to understand, of course, you're doing a good journey, but the phrase Sone Chidiya and pamphlets that you've been passing around, please do tell us that part, how it integrates as a part of your journey in your story.
So, if you see my journey, I've had struggles, or I would say character building times, right, which I spoke about, in education, employment, and entrepreneurship. And when I was looking around and when I was working for my Bringle journey, where we had almost 20 plus centers in Mumbai and around, and trained more than 30,000 students in just 18 months period of time, way back in 2016, 17, and on. What I realized is that there are only 40 million youth who are actually gets the education in our country, out of 260 million youth in the country. So more than 220 million youth and around 300 million students or children are not even may not even get the proper education or employment. We all talk about entrepreneurship, we all talk about bring more ideas. But what about those population, those children or youth who are the future of our country? Our entrepreneurs needs to build a lot of jobs. But if you see the entrepreneurship ecosystem, and I'll give you this direct numbers, okay, more than only 3% businesses sustain beyond 3 years. And there's a very well saying, and everybody knows only less than 1% businesses get funded. Without investments, you cannot grow your business, you cannot scale up your businesses. And out of that, only 10% survive. Even the invested businesses, 90% of them does not survive. Which means only 0.1% of the businesses actually create some jobs for our country. Leading to a lot of talent loss and brain drain. We feel very proud that everywhere across the globe, all Indians are sitting there in a leadership position. Somebody asked, just now if Google would come and buy your company out. I frankly would not sell my company to Google. And the reason is not that Google is bad. No, I'm an Indian. I've got a lot of opportunities to leave India and make my career. I even have fights with my own friends who have left India, taken PR of some other country. That if you are going outside the country and then cribbing about your own country or ecosystem, what are you doing about the same country? And that's where this whole initiative came up, that why don't we align this and focus our energies towards bringing this excellence in education, employment, and entrepreneurship. These are the 3 pillars. Now, one of the angles which we must understand is there are 15% of people in our country who are disabled. And that is why, if you see, I mentioned about inclusive virtual skill development center. And 75% of these persons with disabilities are uneducated. And they are struggling. I literally get so many calls or messages on LinkedIn asking for jobs for a disabled person. And he's saying, you give me any job, any spot buy, and he's educated as well. And that's the irony of our country. That's where we thought, why don't we put up our energies together We have a 50,000 plus experts community right now spread across 70 plus countries with a global organic reach of around 200 million plus viewers in 140 plus countries. So we assembled together, we did all the ideas on that and identified around 21 contributors who have written this book as a first version, which we are going to present it to Prime Minister and Home Minister very soon, the synopsis of it. And there are high chances that we will be bringing him for the launch of this book on somewhere around 15th August 2022, which is our 75th Independence Day. So the idea originated last year when we took a pledge on 15th August 2021 on 74th Independence Day to give our country another freedom, which is financial freedom this time. You have seen the economy going around, what is happening around with our neighbors, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bangladesh, and even it goes up to Afghanistan and other places. We are actually getting very deeper around our ecosystem itself. If we don't become strong today, we will lose our whatever the growth. I'm not saying we will lose. There are a lot of work which has happened, and I'm not trying to make it more political here. Everybody has contributed into this. It is just that now we have started bringing our glory back. And I don't know how many of you are aware, but in the first century, India was the super powerful economy actually. And then the invaders started coming in and they destroyed the Gurukul ecosystem. There were more than 2 lakh Gurukuls in the country, which were training more than 50 plus skill development programs in their ecosystem. And we all know, Pandavas and Kauravas and everybody's speciality on that. That's the reason we started with Sone ki Chidiya ko Jagao. We were called as Golden Bird, Sone ki Chidiya. And why don't we work together towards transforming India into a self-sustainable and financially independent economy leading to zero unemployment. And that's the mission Zero Unemployment which we are running at this moment.
A very noble thought indeed, because we have been plundered by the powers that we have various invaders for the longest time, and it's great to see that you're leveraging the reach of this country, the sheer numbers, the population and the literate population and developing their skills, and we wish more people like you come forward. More power to you. All of us would love to join me and give you a round of applause. Thank you for your time and subject for being with us. Thank you for sharing your story with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. This is the story of Vegas to Metaverse, and recently on 26th January Republic Day, there was a parade on that. Vegas to Metaverse. So this book or this Bringle was at the back of the page. This is the world's first Metaverse virtual university. It is going to be an alternate university for all those people, not for degrees, but I recently met Sone. You must have seen the movie called 3 Idiots. The Kulsuk Wangru character. So I have actually met him recently in Slack India launch. And he actually has created an alternate university. And his slogan is, you do not need certificates or degrees to get admissions here. I need you to be a failure. So your eligibility is a failure out there. And that's what I call about character building. So he's converting or transforming the failures into the success of the nation. And that's what the vision of Bringle was.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Well done. Thank you so much for being with us. Very nice to have you on the show. Thank you.
And you can go and check it at bringleglobal.com. So this book is, actual cost is around 1,200 rupees. But we are giving it at 300 rupees right now as a pre-booking value. And this 100% of the profits are going towards this mission Zero Unemployment, towards working with underprivileged youth and children. Thank you so much. And
Thank you for having you here. And thank you, Sunil, for bringing such illustrious people with us.